All right. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here, and this is where I see it. I am waiting on my publisher and everything else for my to get all of my, my paperwork and everything in order. So I wanted to come through to just basically spin the block, okay? But I had to just make a couple of runs, and I was like, let me post this real quick. All right. So I'm going to post this here since YouTube is not tripping and everybody is not, you know, on some funky stuff right now. So I'm going to talk about narcissistic abuse. Let's chop it up. Let's see here. I wrote a couple of things down. So my hair is wet, you guys. So, but I'm about to blow your mind, blow your mind, blow your mind. And I'm not here to waste your time. So somebody here could be like, trying to blow your mind or waste your time. It's like a narcissistic abuse that I'm feeling that's coming out. Now, this is not in my book, but Spirit is telling me to speak on it, all right? So you could be dealing with something here where somebody wants to argue with you, all right? Or they want to compare themselves to you or something like that, okay? So I'm going to be talking about how comparison is the thief of joy. A lot of people like to hear me like just go off, all right? But one thing that people don't know about me that I'm gonna let other people know, all right, is that I don't just go off. I don't just like snap on people. It's to the point where, you grew up around it or something like that, or any type of narcissistic abuse. It was not to be arguing. It's like get offline and go and meet somebody or go and touch somebody. So when you're dealing with like narcissistic abuse, it's to get a reaction or it is to compare themselves to you. Okay. So anytime somebody like keep comparing themselves to me, a lot of people like to hear me like go off, but I'm not the type of person to just go off and just keep arguing with you. I'm the type of person, a lot of people know this about me. I'm the type of person that I want to reach out and touch somebody, okay? So I don't want to like go on because it's like a gray rock method. When you're dealing with narcissistic people. So when you're dealing with narcissistic people, they think because you're not arguing back that you're weak or you need some type of reaction, okay? And me, I'm the type of person, if I get mad, and I have to deal with this with myself, but I'm the type of person, if I get mad, I don't want to keep talking. Like, and I don't understand that about narcissistic people. They like to argue, and that's just not me. So, if you're dealing with something like a narcissistic person and you feel like, oh yeah, let me keep arguing with this person, and they feel like they slowing you up or something, but it's really not that. So don't go back and forth with a person, because somebody here probably want to play games with you or something like that. But this is what Spirit was showing me. And that's the reason why I'm bringing it now, because they kept on trying to, basically shut down this YouTube channel. That's why I'm making another one. But anyways, so it's like a slow kill. Narcissistic people, even if you're right or even if you're wrong, it like there's a situation where a person is like trying to slowly kill you or kill you off. All right. But that's not the only thing I wanted to talk about. Um, so my book is coming out, and I have about 7 on how to heal. Like, if you have to keep arguing with a person, or somebody wants you to get your point across, so you basically, you don't really play games with narcissistic people, because that's what they want. They want a back and forth. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about, this is not inside of the book. This is not like witchcraft or anything like that, but I'm going to speak on it anyways. So, like, the greatest enemy is not outside of you. It's like inside. All right. So if a person feels like they have to keep comparing themselves to you, or they feel like you're competition, you know, why would you keep arguing with somebody like that? So don't defend yourself. There's a lot of gaslighting that's going on right now. And there could be a situation where a person wants to make you feel like, oh yeah, there's something wrong with you. Oh, why you're not defending yourself? Oh, this is just basically narcissistic abuse. All right. So they act like they don't remember. If you confirm something to a narcissistic person, they'll just act like they don't even remember. Like, you know. So I feel like narcissistic abuse, your silence is golden. So if you're dealing with this, it's like no need to go back and forth. This is what they want. And I'm the type of person, this is what I came from. So when I got to argue with somebody and go back and forth with somebody, it's kind of like everybody like, oh yeah, you know, reach out and touch somebody. Nobody want to argue with you all day, unless you're a narcissistic person too. You can go back and forth with a person all day, but that's not who you are. All right. So they could get to a situation like, oh yeah, you know, well, you said this. If you clear up what you said, you still said something wrong, you know. But I just don't like people that argue and they don't do nothing. Like, they just argue with you, you know. But anyways, so somebody could probably want to go back and forth with you, but no. Now, when it comes to a different situation like spirituality, oh, first I'm gonna tell you about, what was I picking up on? Okay, so the spiritual community. So this is why I'm not doing tarot, but I will be once I'm, you know, selling my product and everything and getting the paperwork together. This is the thing with spirituality or spiritual beliefs. There's a lot of things going on where I don't think a lot of people know, because you can sign contracts also with your mouth. Like, people email you, they want readings from you, they want your time, they want your energy, they want your method. So what I'm noticing is that people that were emailing me or getting readings from me, they they want to know about your spirituality. Um, they'll like say, "Oh, if you're spiritual, you're doing spell work on people, you're doing, deities." And no, that's not what's going on. So, say for instance, somebody wants you to join a group. You don't have to sign a contract with your fingers. You can actually sign a contract with your mouth. And you have to learn how to get out of a contract. Even though you agree with somebody could be talking to you over the email or over a phone, and you signed your destiny away in a sense. And I want to tell like the tarot community, most people don't know about this, but you don't only have to sign a piece of paper to sign a contract. You can also say yes to something, or you can speak something over your life without knowing it. And a lot of people think, oh yeah, well, that's not God, that's not the blood of Jesus, that's not whatever they think it is, okay? When you're spiritual and you know that you have, morals, and you have integrity, you got things to lose. You don't wish ill will on other people. If there's a situation where, say for instance, um, you go to the graveyard, your grandmother died, your father died. They think people that died is darkness or death. You never put death, you never speak death over anybody else's life. You never pray for that. You're not God. So that's the thing that I'm saying. I think I said this before, but if you come from not America, you come from Asia, you come from Iraq, you come from China, the God that made all of us is the God that is one God. That's how I think. I don't judge people for what they believe. I I generally don't judge people at all. Even if you come at me sideways, I know how to take care of myself. I know how to take up for myself. But I don't judge people from what their mother or their father taught them. Even if they taught them wrong, I still don't judge them. So there's a situation here where, oh, I was going to speak on this too. So just for an example, um, I think I met a guy. He was about 2008 or something like that. I I remember the date and everything. It was like March 13th. So there was like a situation where this guy, he didn't have a mother, like, and he didn't have a father. He was like, his parents and stuff was strung out on drugs. He didn't know right from wrong. And the way that he, treated people, in a way I couldn't blame him for it. But I feel like he liked me so much, but I couldn't, I had a young child. And I'm like basically going through my own situation. But I don't judge people because their mother was on drugs. I don't judge people because, they don't have a father. Everybody come from different walks of life. Now there's a situation where also I remember this guy. He wanted to date me really, really bad. He did not care. But I don't have drugs and I didn't have guns around my child. And I'm telling him, like, no, I don't want to talk to you. You have drugs and my child was young then. And I'm like, no, you have drugs and guns, and I can't take those kind of risks. And he's just like, no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. And, even if something bad happened, real bosses take losses. I don't play about my child. I don't play about my home. And I don't play about, there's certain things I don't play about, but I kept it straight up 100 with him. So when he went through something, and basically I was, like in the middle of it. Just, this is spirituality, and this is me when I was young. So I understand a lot of people. I understand where people come from, and I understand how certain people, they have to do certain things to make it. But I have came out of that, and I'm trying to teach people how to heal. That's why I'm making my healing books. So there's a situation where, they got, all of this bull crap, try to get me in the middle of it. I'm not the one to play with. I'm just not the type of person that you want to play with at all. You know what I'm saying? I always been 100. I'm upfront. I am who I am. But one thing I don't play with is my livelihood and other people's livelihood. If I tell you don't do something, if I tell you don't play with me, now this 2008. Why are you still following me around? And why are you still, like, to me, this is narcissistic. Why are you still following me around? Why are you still saying something that means nothing? Now, I respect people that never had a father and they never had a mother. I respect people like that, and it's just, it gets to the point where you think in your head, like, dang, how do I respectfully tell you that I don't like you? How do I respectfully tell you that, not that I don't like you, I just can't deal with you. I got my own thing going on. And that's what spirituality is. You got to understand, everybody don't know right from wrong. Everybody don't know what the hell they talking about. They don't even ask you. They've been conditioned where they have no mother and no father. If you break a narcissistic person's heart, they're gonna follow you forever. So this is why I'm teaching people basically how to heal. I'm talking about really heal. Before you try to make another woman your mother, before you try to make another man your daddy. Like, I'm talking about real healing. Like, you can't look to another person if another person don't give you exactly what you want in your life. You can't break down and just go crazy on them. And I don't speak for like all people. This is just what I have to deal with, because I don't want people to be dealing with, and it's just not for Black people. This is for all different races. So I don't want somebody to think because they came from a household where, they had to lay on the couch, have their hands in their pocket, make sure don't nobody take their money, make sure don't nobody steal nothing from them. A lot of people came from a lot of different places, and narcissistic people, they'll put that burden on you. Even though they were abused, they'll give you their burdens. So that is exactly what spirit is telling me to speak on. So make sure you're not comparing yourself to another person. Sometimes silence is all you can give a person, especially, if they're not going to do anything. So sometimes people just want to dominate, and let them have it. Let them have it. If a person want to dominate, let them have it. Now, I'm also going to speak on, what was that? Like some realistic things. What is it? So basically, like spiritual things where you can basically sign contracts and you don't know you're signing a contract. You don't know why you're having headaches. You don't know why certain things is going on with you. You signed a spiritual contract. These contracts are really sneaky. You can do these things with your mouth and you don't even know that you're dealing with um a witch or you're dealing with a warlock. So if in the spirit, if someone tries to, now this is not in my book either, but I just want to say in the spirit, people can do things to you that you don't know. And if I speak on something, most people think that I'm speaking harshly, but this is really how I speak. So if something hurt your feelings, remember, I don't know you. So if your feelings is hurt, remember, I don't know you. Now, there's a situation here where basically I'll put it in like celebrity terms so people won't think that, oh, this part right here must be about me. No. There's a situation where if you see, this is how spiritual it is, and this is how sleep people are. I see on TV where the television, well, let me put it like this. Back in the day, they will only put certain color people that went missing on the television. Now, the people that went missing on the television were only a certain color. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit. I hope they might ban this one, but I'm going to show you a little bit how the system is still working and how they're still keeping you sleep. So now you have, let's say for instance, you have Black people. They're making their own channels and they're putting up missing children that were looked over for decades. The thing is that now that social media is out, anything that you post, there is let's say for instance, a Asian or a Caucasian voice behind it. They still run the media. And now it's just to put up a certain race, but make the certain race look bad. And sometimes we think we're still in charge, but the machine is still working. There could be a situation here where you might think you're just looking at something on social media, but you're actually being programmed. There could be a situation where, say for instance, there's a guy, but this person don't sound like you, and they're telling you to pick a number, pick a color, pick a teddy bear, pick an animal. Whatever they're telling you to do, you're being programmed. So a lot of people think that they're winning, but the sad part about it is the machine is still working. The machine is still working. And I don't want nobody to take that a certain way. Okay, say for instance, who can I use? Celebrity. Okay, what is his name? Kai Cenat, okay? I don't like the way they did him. I don't like the way they cut his hair. I don't like that, I don't like how they cut his hair. Just put it like that. There are certain celebrities, if they find out you're dealing with a celebrity that is like banned or something like that, they do a like, I want to call it a humiliation ritual on you. So I can see things that people think I can't see, or people say I'm not tapped in, or people say, you don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not to hurt your feelings. It's the honest to God truth. I can see certain things. Hold on, my kitty is over here. Wait, get down, my mind. No, get down. Sit. So, and another example, I don't care if you do or you don't believe it, because you're still fighting your own people. But I don't care if you do or you don't believe it. Say for instance, we got the football player, Mr. Diggs. There's things I see that other people, they say that they see, but they really don't see. And it's like not worth arguing about. Like, there's bigger shit going on. So another thing that I see, if a man is wearing a dress, a skirt, or anything like that, they already won the court case. There's nothing to argue about. They already won the court case. But they try to embarrass you in order for you not to go to jail. So that's my take on it. So if you see somebody that's maybe in a skirt, maybe in a dress, or something like that, either they need more money or they need to get up out of a jam. And the machine is still working. Okay, so that's just my take on it. I don't want nobody to take this a certain way, but I just don't like the way certain people is being treated. This is just my take on it. I don't like the way certain people is being treated. I don't like to be arguing when there's bigger things going on in the background. You don't know why you're losing stuff. You don't know what's really going on. They put words in your mouth. They go dig up everybody from your childhood. And it's just weird, you know? And I have nothing against really none of them. I can't wish ill will on none of them. But when the attacks start and people getting paid to attack you, especially in a spiritual community. Now, I want to say, if you are a tarot reader, you have to be careful with what money you take, because the money that you take to do certain things, the person behind the money, especially if it's something that's shisty and you just need to pay your bills, that don't work with like real spiritual people. It don't work with spirituality. And I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. Just do what you do, okay? Let me see. So yeah, there's a lot of programming still going on and people don't see it. This is not inside of my book, but this is really what I'm trying to say. That I just teach people how to heal and how to see things better. And you don't have to keep arguing and fighting with your own people or different colors. There's something way bigger going on in the background. Okay, so yeah, I feel like some people are trying to beat the machine. And I'm gonna just say certain races is already wiped out. Like certain races is already wiped out. And even if you make it, they might just cut your hair, put you in a skirt. Some people being programmed, they don't even know it. The voice behind the pictures, the voice behind the colors, the voice behind See, instead of arguing with the little people, try to see. So there's a situation where, you know, TV has become the internet. You're still not important. And some people say, oh, yeah, just get on here. I respect people that actually get on here and just be themselves, but it's not a good look. If you pass away, the way that these people are putting you on the internet, now they didn't usually, say nothing about black people. The little girl is missing. Some of these channels, listen to the voice behind the channel and look what they putting up. So certain things that, you put up on the internet is what they're going to represent you as when you pass away. And I don't think a lot of people can understand that. And there's a situation where my friend, he kept on talking about sexy red, sexy red. I don't think it's the sexy red. I think it's they're not going to let you push out wisdom. This machine is not going to let you push out knowledge. If you hate your people, you can do that. If you talking about something real, you can't do that. They don't want to hear real shit. You think you can go up in there and just spit some lyrics talking nice? I don't blame none of the singers. I don't blame none of the rappers. There's certain things you just can't do. It's to kill you. Everything is to kill you. And I'm not trying to be funny. If you're some other type of race, and a lot of people say, oh yeah, you talk with too much bass in your voice. Well, why are you here? Why are you here? I didn't ask you to be here. And some people say, oh yeah, you don't like me. You don't like my... No, this is how I talk. I hurt your feelings. This is how I talk. This just how I talk. One girl say something, yeah, you don't do Libras like that, or Leos, whoever the hell. Listen, baby, listen. I got four. I thought I had three. 4 Libra placements. I don't care about none of that. I see what I see. Just like everybody else say, they doing their own thing. They doing their own cards. Well, let me be me then. And if I already told you about something and I checked you, because I knew you was there. If I know you and I know you there, it's because I knew you was there. So, anyways, make a long story short. I don't like playing with people's kids. I don't like playing with people's life. I don't want nobody playing with my life. There's a situation here where this shit is way bigger than you. I'm sitting here trying to do something real and help people save souls. You worried about what another person is doing, and you narcissistic abuse. Basically, comparison is the thief of joy. I don't care if you don't agree with me. Go to the next person. I didn't ask you to agree with me. Go to the next person. And you think that they trying to get these people out of here because of that? No, it's other races that's taking over, and it ain't you. It's other races that's taking over, and it ain't you. Anyway. So I just think like a lot of people, basically, if you do or you don't agree with me, this is what Spirit is telling me to tell somebody out there need to hear this information. You worried about the wrong things, baby boy. You worried about the wrong things, baby girl. All right, let me see here. This thing is still down recording.